Assalamualaikum and welcome to PD Talk Series 2.0. Thank you for joining us today. Our topic today will be on coffee versus caffeine. I'm sure everyone here today is very fond of coffee, right? Before we begin, let's invite Aiman Rosli to recite the doa. Amin ya Rabbal Alamin. First and foremost, welcome to our beloved penyelaras program who is also the advisor to PD Talk Series 2.0. Hello Puan Azin.
Hello everyone.
And to our special guest speaker today, Encik Najmuddin, a coffee connoisseur. Hello Encik Najmuddin, how are you today?
Hi guys, I'm doing good.
For all of your information, PD Talk Series 2.0 is a top program organized under the coursework Professional Development. Under this program, we highlight issues concerning personal development. And for today, we will be talking about one of the most favorite drink by the world population, coffee. Before we start, I would like to introduce our team members to all of you. My name is Amalina Izham and I will be your MC for today.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, especially to our Madam Azwin and to special speaker today, Encik Najmuddin. My name is Muhammad Aiman Rosli as moderator 1 today.
Hello Puan Azwin, hello Encik Najmuddin. I'm Nabihah Rahman. Today I'll be as moderator 2.
Hi and good morning to our Madam Azwin, Encik Najmuddin and all participants. So my name is Amira Osman and I will be the moderator 3 for today.
Hi Puan Azin, hi Encik Najmuddin. I am Nur Aizaruddin as a stage manager and I will conduct Q&A session later.
Encik Azin and Encik Najmuddin, my name is Najmuddin. Later I will conduct for the special session.
So I don't want to take too much time. So I would love to invite our speaker Encik Najmuddin Nan today. So Encik Najmuddin, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Okay, Encik Najmuddin, our topic today is about the coffee versus caffeine. So, as someone yang ada experience, so you perhaps share with us your story and your experience in the coffee world. Silakan.
Alright, so thank you very much, Aiman. So first and foremost is Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all the participants and of course the committee members and of course to Puan Azwin. So thank you very much for having me here today. So basically, you guys have already know my name. So my name is Muhammad Najmuddin. Alright, so I started in the F&B industry. It was quite early, which is if I remember correctly, it was when I was 15 years old. So when I was 15 years old, I started actually working at a local mama restaurant that was nearby my house. So can you guys just imagine, like I'm the only one who looked like a Chinese guy, and then like all the other stuff, all the mama stuff. So it's a bit, interesting thing to work at the mama restaurant at that time. So, but I guess I have been working. Ever since then, I have been working in the F&B industry, and then when I almost graduated in 2015, so that was when I get my first experience working at a proper restaurant that has the coffee machine. But during that time, the restaurant didn't focus much on the quality of the coffee, so I fell in love with the latte art first, and then only I learned about the coffee. So basically, moving on from that restaurant, I managed to work at an Australian company. So this Australian company is named Cottle Coffee. So Cottle Coffee is the one that actually has taught me a lot about the coffee industry. So basically, the coffee industry in Malaysia, I guess, is still relatively quite small. So and then it's mostly dominated by the Chinese actually. So I am actually feeling quite blessed to be in the industry because we the Malays are actually just a small portion. So basically when I was working back with Cottle, so they were the one who introduced me the different types of coffee and then the different types of brewing methods. So it was a whole new world for me. So starting from there, so I I decided to actually do my own research and then just keep on practicing my palate, just tasting different types of coffee and everything. After I worked with Kotel, and then that was the moment I actually managed to start my own business. So it was the first cafe was in Melaka. So that was around 2018. So with the support from my old boss from the Kotel Coffee, so they were the one who actually pushed me. Hey, you can actually do this. Just open your cafe and then we'll see what happens. So because if we never start, then we never know, right? But when I started my cafe in 2018, I was actually teaching English at a local school back in Batu Pahat in my hometown. So that was around 2016. But when I first go into the school, I feel like something. I just couldn't fit in quite well. I love teaching and everything, but then again, I just feel like if I don't pursue what I like doing, I feel like when I'm getting old, then I will feel like maybe regret the decision if I didn't make it. So I decided to quit school, and then I just opened the cafe in Melaka. So that was about 1.5 years, and then luckily managed to close down before the COVID hits. So I closed down the cafe in Melaka already. So now we are actually based in Shah Alam. We have actually found our focus. So now we are focusing on doing coffee classes. So it's more on coffee education basically. So that's why I'm here today. So I would love to share about coffee. Apart from that, I'm also doing coffee roasting and consultation. And yeah, that's it basically. So I'm actually still teaching. So it's just I'm teaching coffee.
Okay, so so nak beralih daripada dunia teaching tu kepada dunia kopi tu agak satu perkara yang jauh, betul tak Encik Najmuddin?
Yes.
So saya macam okay, Encik Najmuddin, saya nak tanya, dalam banyak-banyak kenapa kopi Encik Najmuddin? Kenapa tak teh ke, teh hijau ke? Ada cerita sebenarnya?
That's a very good question. Sebenarnya it's just I think maybe not an accident, tapi when I was small, sebenarnya masa saya kecil dulu saya dah banyak tolong my late grandmother sebab dia pun ada tanam kopi dulu. So I remember vividly memang tolong dia petik the coffee and then putting the coffee cherries inside the baldi apa semua. Sebab masa tu kita kena jual balik the coffee cherries tu to farmer. So the farmer tu was just depan rumah dia lah masa tu kan. So basically that was one of my earliest memory related to coffee. So selepas tu fast forward to 15 years old tu, I dah biasa kerja kedai makan apa semua tu kan. Sebab 15 tahun tu kerja kedai makan. And then even after SPM pun dah kerja kedai makan juga. So basically I think starting from there, I memang dah terbiasa in the service or in the F&B industry lah basically. So masa I started dekat Shah Alam tu pun, I started as a floor staff je sebenarnya. So as a floor staff tu pun I was very rajin lah, ni yang the boss sendiri yang cakap sebenarnya. So macam aku tengok kau ni macam betul-betul rajin lah, sekejap ke sana sekejap ke sini apa semua kan. So after 2 months of working like that, he promoted me to work inside the coffee bar lah basically. So daripada situ lah baru macam belajar about coffee apa semua. So bila dengan Kotel lah baru lagi serious basically. And then I macam terfikir macam maybe coffee ni is something yang I can do because it's actually, it looks simple, senang je nak buat latte art apa semua tu kan. Tapi sebenarnya one of the memory yang saya paling ingat is kita nak kena steamkan susu apa semua tu. So I remember one whole year I belajar teknik steamkan susu yang betul. So the whole year tu I just focus on the steaming technique. Lepas tu I nak pour the latte art semua tu, I pour only the heart shape je. So kita ada banyak-banyak latte art tu. So I pour heart shape tu for the whole year. Even customer tu pun tanya macam, Naj, tak ada bentuk lain ke nak tuang kan? Lepas tu I cakap dengan customer, sorry lah, memang because dia memang macam play sports lah kan. So you need to have that muscle memory sebenarnya. So when you practice every day, then it gets better lah basically. So now okay lah. So basically that is why I actually choose coffee sebenarnya.
Menarik. So kalau Cik Najmuddin perlukan masa setahun, saya tak tahulah kalau saya nak try berapa lama. So Cik Najmuddin, kalau boleh saya okay lah, kita tahu kopi ni favorite kan, memang jadi favorite. Sekarang pun ramai yang consume kopi. Kalau kita tengok ada statistik mengatakan over 2.2 billion cups of coffee yang satu hari orang consume. So dekat Malaysia ni Encik Najmuddin, boleh Encik Najmuddin kongsikan apa pendapat Encik Najmuddin berkenaan dengan trend kopi di Malaysia ni? Adakah makin meningkat ke atau macam mana? Boleh kongsikan tak?
Okay, so basically, yes, that is correct. Memang ramai gila yang actually minum coffee sekarang ni. And then in fact, coffee is the second most traded commodity compared to oil. So oil nombor 1, nombor 2 sebenarnya coffee. So basically dekat industri kopi sekarang ni, even the demand is actually tak mencukupi, the supply tak boleh nak cope with the demand sebenarnya. Because there's a lot of people who actually like drinking coffee more and more every day. So bila kita bercakap tentang coffee ni, kita boleh bahagikan dia kepada 3 wave lah sebenarnya. So we have the first wave, and then we have the second wave, and then we have the third wave. So first wave ni is where like the kopitiam apa semua macam tu lah kan, yang where people drink coffee with sugar apa semua tu. So that's the first wave. The second wave is where Starbucks come in, Starbucks, Coffee Bean Tea Leaf apa semua tu. So basically the second wave ni dah mula macam lebih in details about the coffee. So macam sebelum ni, the first wave orang tak kisah sangat coffee tu daripada mana, local coffee ke apa ke, they don't, diorang tak kisah lah, diorang just nak ada coffee kan. So the second wave dengan bantuan Starbucks apa semua ni, so barulah orang kita macam okay, so coffee daripada Brazil ke, coffee daripada Colombia ke. So second wave orang dah lebih into details lagi. So the third wave ni ialah yang sekarang ni lah, yang di mana yang you guys boleh nampak there's a lot of cafes that actually opening up dekat Malaysia or in the whole world lah in fact kan. So the third wave ni sebenarnya is di mana consumer dah actually lebih aware dengan apa yang diorang minum tu. So siapa yang dah pernah pergi luar negara ke, dah pernah pergi Australia ke, paling dekat I think if you guys want to explore, you boleh pergi Indonesia lah. So siapa yang dah pergi all those type of countries where diorang punya coffee culture is actually very established. So diorang actually dah appreciate coffee tu at a whole different level sebenarnya. So sometimes bila kalau even for me pun macam dah tahu about coffee kan, so I just like suka go to cafe and then I even ask for espresso je sebenarnya. So that is how I actually strike up the conversation with the barista lah. So the third wave ni, dalam third wave pula kita ada what we call specialty coffee. So coffee ni sekarang diorang dah grade kan the coffee from 0 to 100. So specialty coffee ni is where really good coffee yang memang tak ada kerosakan ke apa ke, tak ada defect. So diorang punya markah ni ialah 80 poin ke atas. So basically dia punya coffee ni sekilo pun boleh, not just sekilo lah, it's just like even 250 gram pun ada yang boleh cecah hingga like RM100 plus, even RM200 plus. So yang one of the famous one, maybe you guys dah pernah dengar, dia nama dia Panama Geisha. So Geisha ni is dia punya baka. So basically baka Geisha ni is like one of the sought after coffee bean lah sebenarnya. So like even like sekilo atau sekilo lebih macam tu pun dah around like 800 plus, almost 900 plus. And then even some of the coffee roasters pun dia orang kena beat coffee tu, so dia orang tak boleh beli suka-suka. So that is actually the coffee industry now lah sebenarnya. And then if in regard to Malaysia, sebenarnya we as Malaysia memang dah lama gila consume coffee, like the Southeast Asian region lah kan. So termasuklah Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia. So because kita dulu kita memang tanam kopi, cuma kita punya kopi ditanam di tanah rendah. So low altitude coffee compared to sekarang ni is Arabica ni, yang specialty dengan third wave ni ialah high altitude coffee. So basically disebabkan kita punya coffee ni ditanam di tanah rendah, so the quality tu is different. So that's why orang-orang dulu dia kena masak kita punya biji kopi tu dengan margarine and gula, just to mask the flavor lah basically.
Agak-agak ada tak lagi orang yang combinekan margarine dengan sugar tu dengan kopi? Sebab macam menarik lah kalau buat.
masih ada sebenarnya sebab kita memang tak boleh lari lagi dengan kita punya signature sebenarnya. So even when Mat Saleh datang ke Malaysia kan, so diorang pun cari like kopi 434 lah, kopi hang tua tu kan. So even I've had my customers yang datang to my shop, even tanya like, oh you have like what 434, tapi dia sebut 434 tu dalam bahasa Inggeris kan, so quite funny lah kan. So, oh okay 434, no you don't have. So even memang sebenarnya orang luar interested to actually try kita punya signature coffee sebab dekat luar diorang tak tahu benda tu. Diorang roast diorang punya coffee pun not to a dark roast, so diorang cuma roast medium roast macam tu je. So still it's going to stay lah sebenarnya.
Lepas tu tadi Encik Najmuddin ada mention yang ada setengah different type of coffee tu ada yang available kat Malaysia, betul tak? Ada yang available around the world. Apa tu? Yang Panama Geisha tu, itu sebenarnya originality dia daripada mana?
Actually the baker of dia Geisha tu actually dia punya baker lah. So they first originated from Yemen sebenarnya. So all these traders diorang kan berdagang kan. So back in the old days diorang bawa lah all the coffee seeds tu and then they spread all over the world. Tapi yang paling famous from Panama Geisha ni is because setiap negara, setiap tahun mereka akan ada one competition daripada farm level. So dia punya competition tu nama dia is Cup of Excellence. So this Cup of Excellence sebenarnya yang membantu farm ni menaik taraf diorang punya quality basically. So we have certified coffee tasters yang akan conduct this Cup of Excellence tadi tu. So if the farm menang Cup of Excellence tadi ni, so they will get a lot of bantuan lah daripada kerajaan, daripada coffee roasters around the world, because diorang punya coffee quality is like really good, atas 80 markah apa semua tadi tu kan. Even some ada yang 95 ke atas. Jarang sekali dapat 100 lah. Cuma I think the highest now yang Geisha tu be around 98. So 98 plus coffee ni memang like sangat mahal. So kalau ada farm yang boleh hasilkan kopi yang very high quality macam tu, so diorang memang akan jadi terkenal di seluruh dunia lah basically. So daripada situ diorang boleh beli peralatan yang lebih baik untuk proses kopi apa semua. Lepas tu diorang boleh upah orang. Basically sekarang diorang dah move into automation sebenarnya. So a lot of dekat farming ni diorang dah pakai banyak cara berat lah basically. Cuma bila nak rasa the coffee, nak panggang the coffee tu masih lagi menggunakan roasters lah untuk panggangan. Diorang tak automated lah basically.
Encik Najmuddin, tadi apa? Kalau nak dapatkan kopi tu perlukan orang kata luxury lah kan. Macam nak dapatkan satu kopi yang betul-betul quality tu perlukan amount yang tinggi juga, betul tak? Tapi ada juga satu kopi yang sangat famous kat Malaysia, boleh dapat dekat kedai-kedai biasa, which is 3-in-1 coffee ataupun lebih kita panggil sebagai instant coffee. So Encik Najmuddin, ada juga claim yang mengatakan instant coffee ni ialah perkara yang tak sihat and very bad for our body, ada side effect dia lah. So apa pandangan Encik Najmuddin?
Betul. So basically sekarang since people have moving towards a healthy lifestyle, so sebenarnya saya pun ramai dapat customers yang mula bertanya saya like, okay, I'm actually quitting 3-in-1 coffee, so what kind of coffee yang sepatutnya saya beli apa semua macam tu kan. So these big players, Nescafe apa semua ni, Nestle lah kan basically kan, so diorang dah mula nampak sebenarnya. So diorang pun actually dah mula offer option yang without sugar sebenarnya. So let me explain about what is actually instant coffee. Sebenarnya instant coffee ni diorang dekat kilang tu diorang dah buat the coffee lah, maknanya dalam bentuk liquid lah, cecair kan. So bila dia dah jadi liquid tu, so they will go inside a chamber, dia freeze drying punya chamber. So that's why instant coffee ni is actually soluble lah, sebab dia memang actually dah dibancuh, kemudian dia di-crystallizekan lah basically. So untuk sebab kopi tadi tu, dia sebenarnya Nestle ni dia tak guna pun specialty grade apa semua ni. Kalau dia guna your Nescafe or 3-in-1 dia lebih expensive kan. So diorang actually memang menggunakan coffee yang is either commercial grade ataupun yang memang betul-betul like is either the low altitude, the robusta and the liberica semua tadi tu. So that is why ada setengah orang bila dia minum Nescafe tu semua tu dia akan pening kepala because arabica tak mengandungi caffeine yang tinggi berbanding robusta dan liberica. So that's why ada setengah orang memang komplain macam tu. So bila dia minum dia kata dia pening kepala. So berbalik from the instant coffee punya question tadi tu. So since diorang ni menggunakan kopi yang low grade tadi tu, so kalau diorang tak campur dengan gula, dia punya taste tu is going to be really weird lah, maknanya memang tak sedap. So bila macam tu, so that's why diorang kena mix diorang punya instant coffee tu dengan gula to actually cover the bad taste sebenarnya.
Saya pun antara penggemar 3-in-1 coffee, jadi saya rasa pun saya should orang kata minimizekan lah, jangan ambil banyak sangat, betul tak? Jadi daripada session
very cheap, dia murah.
Betul. Okay, Encik Najmuddin Jadi thank you lah Encik Najmuddin for your sharing. So for the next session akan disambung, will be continued by Nabihah Rahman. Silakan.
Okay, thank you Aiman Rosli. Okay, Najmuddin. Okay, Encik Najmuddin, tadi kita dah go through on story coffee kan, macam-macam yang kita dah tahu, ada yang coffee yang available dekat Malaysia, ada yang tak, dan macam-macam lagi lah. Okay, now let us talk about the difference between coffee and caffeine. Okay, seperti yang kita ketahui Encik Najmuddin, kopi ni minuman yang kita bancuk, prepare from roasted coffee bean kan. While caffeine ni is a natural stimulant yang kebanyakannya ditemui dalam teh, kopi dan pokok koko. Jadi you tell us the difference between coffee and caffeine ni.
Basically caffeine is, we can say, is a psychoactive drug sebenarnya. So actually I'm actually a drug dealer. So basically caffeine ni ada di mana-mana. Yes, what you mentioned tadi tu, not only dalam coffee tapi teh pun ada, dan coklat pun ada sebenarnya, koko kan. So cuma the concentration of the caffeine ni saya rasa yang quite high is of course in coffee lah basically. So because of the way the coffee is grown, so ada yang robusta dan liberica dia ditanam di tanah rendah, arabica tadi itu semua ditanam di tanah tinggi. So yang ditanam di tanah tinggi ni mengandungi less caffeine compared to yang ditanam di tanah rendah lah basically. So kandungan caffeine yang tinggi inilah yang actually membantu pokok liberica dan robusta ni actually resistant daripada penyakit. So that's why arabica coffee ni sebenarnya lebih cenderung kepada penyakit sebab dia mengandungi caffeine yang lebih kurang. And then that's actually I would say no difference, cuma dia memang correlate lah caffeine dengan coffee ni sebenarnya. So kebanyakan orang berfikir bila kopi tu terasa lebih pahit, that is when the caffeine is actually higher. Sebenarnya it's actually the opposite. So bila kopi tu dipanggang lebih gelap, dia punya caffeine content sebenarnya dah semakin rendah. So yang tinggi caffeine sebenarnya yang dipanggang light roast lah basically. So kita ada light, medium dengan dark. So medium roast so dia punya coffee tu, dia punya caffeine tu not so much. Light roasted coffee tu yang actually has the highest content of caffeine sebenarnya.
Okey, kiranya memang kita tak ada, macam kopi dia tak boleh dipisahkan lah caffeine tu kan, antara dia memang ada relate lah. Okey, macam yang kita tahu sebenarnya caffeine ni ada dalam kopi, tapi ada juga kita bagi decaf coffee. Decaf coffee ni dia ada kopi tanpa caffeine, betul tak?
Betul.
Okey, jadi based on your opinion, bagaimana kita nak bezakan decaf coffee from regular coffee, dan kenapa ramai orang konsum decaf? Adakah decaf tu sendiri membawa manfaat?
So decaf coffee ni kita actually ada dua jenis. Yang pertama, diorang dah create satu baka yang memang baka kopi ni menghasilkan biji kopi yang less caffeine. Dia takkan zero lah sebenarnya. So dia mesti ada just a little bit of caffeine. Because so dia memang masih ada. So selain daripada baka tadi tu, pokok yang memang menghasilkan biji kopi yang tak ada less caffeine, lagi satu yang kedua ialah mereka process the coffee. So the decaffeinating punya process, kita panggil dia Swiss water punya proses. So dia the way they wash the coffee sebenarnya dekat farm tu lah. So yang washing ni is a bit more safe to consume, tapi ada setengah yang menggunakan chemically proses lah. Dia punya prosedur tu ada melibatkan some chemicals, tapi I think yang melibatkan chemical tu, the practice tu is no longer diamalkan lah, sebab memang tak elok kan, orang tak beli. So basically decaf kopi ni masih mengandungi kopi, cuma it's like really light lah sebenarnya.
Ada orang mengatakan kopi ni boleh dehydrate dan juga kafein ni boleh menyebabkan kita gerak nak ke toilet. Maksudnya adakah sebabkan kopi ni, kafein ni kita boleh jadi nak gerak ke toilet macam tu?
Yes, that is actually an interesting question. Sebenarnya saya memang panggil kopi ni actually kita punya ubat lawas.
Boleh pelawas lah.
Yes, I agree.
Because of the caffeine jugalah. Sebenarnya caffeine ni dia activate a lot of kita punya bodily function sebenarnya. So bila kita consume caffeine, so normally memang dengan at least tak boleh dengan perut kosong lah sebenarnya. So that is not the healthy way to go. So biasanya kalau saya pun buat coffee in the morning pun, when I first open my shop, like after 1 hour, so you know when the caffeine is already hitting, is because you need to go to the toilet. So tu baru macam okay, so the caffeine now is actually giving effect to your body. So sebenarnya apart from urinating, biasanya dia lebih kepada membuang air besar lah sebenarnya. So it's actually one of a good stimulant to actually flush a lot of toxins out of your body. So regarding to that, bermakna kita actually tak boleh ambil dengan terlalu banyak lah. So sehari I think maximum 3 cups, 4 cups pun dah okey lah sebenarnya.
Right.
Okay, so kepada semua coffee lover macam Cik Najmuddin cakap tadi, kita kena kurangkan minum kopi. Tak nak bagi efek yang akan datang lagi teruk lah untuk kita dah tua nanti kan. So guys, saya harap session ni boleh bagi banyak manfaat dekat korang. Perbezaan caffeine dan kopi, apa yang kita patut consume, apa yang patut kita kena avoid. Okay, now Amalina Izham will continue the next session.
Okay, hello everyone. Okay, kita dah dengar banyak sangat tadi cerita-cerita tentang kopi daripada Encik Najmuddin sendiri. Okay, jadi Encik Najmuddin as coffee expert kan, mestilah Encik Najmuddin tahu sedikit tentang benefits of coffee ni kepada body kita. So ada setengah suggest yang kata kalau kita minum kopi ni setelah seharian bekerja dapat mengurangkan tekanan pada kita. Jadi betul ke Encik Najmuddin?
So basically yes, of course kita sekarang pun dah semakin I think the world is actually getting faster and it's getting busier by the day. I think nanti by the time you guys graduate pun there's a lot of technology advancement apa semua kan. So I guess people will always get tired lah, because sebenarnya even for me pun there's one of those days yang macam can I just like sleep the whole day apa semua kan. So yes, actually coffee ni sebenarnya dia the opposite, because coffee kan mengandungi caffeine dan caffeine ni memberikan kita energy to actually melakukan kerja seharian lah basically. Cuma bila orang kata coffee ni membantu diorang release the stress is because of the routine sebenarnya. So even for me, even like just the routine of making coffee and then like smelling the coffee apa semua tu pun dah sebenarnya dah berikan ketenangan lah basically kan. Sebenarnya kalau nak bertenang, I think like people should consume tea. So teh pun lagi membantu kita relax berbanding caffeine sebenarnya. So kalau caffeine pun ada setengah orang because dia memberikan efek yang berbeza kepada orang yang berbeza, because kita punya body pun memang lain-lain kan. So how to the coffee tu memang solely bergantung kepada kita lah. So basically I think like it gives that calm effect. If kalau macam ambil banyak sangat pun, then it will not make you relax lah sebenarnya. So kalau kita nak relax, kalau petang, I don't think it's very suitable. Sebenarnya there's a lot of actually cara-cara lain ataupun ada beverages ataupun ada activities yang boleh membantu kita unwind lah selepas kita penat seharian bekerja kan.
Okay, going along that kan, there are people like myself yang dah immune tau. I minum kopi pun dia tak ada effect tau. Jadi I boleh minum pukul 10 malam, tapi kalau I nak tidur sebelah, tidur je. What is your opinion on this? Am I dah rosak tu macam mana?
Yes, I think that is like I'd say the beauty of human body lah sebenarnya, because kita memang actually can build up quite a tolerance sebenarnya. So kita dia memang it's difficult to actually make that conscious decision to actually cut down on our caffeine. So I pun actually baru realise benda ni.
Okay.
It just so happen that last 2 days pagi tu I tak consume coffee, right? The whole day tu I tak consume coffee. Suddenly petang tu macam pukul 4 tu I dah dapat migraine dah. So basically that is when I know sebenarnya actually something is wrong already lah kan, because macam yang cakap tadi tu is actually psychoactive drug. So sama macam nikotin apa semua tu. So sebenarnya kita punya body ni kalau kita ambil secara berlebihan atau banyak pun memang akan build up the tolerance lah. Even for me memang the opposite. I drink like 4-5 cups pun, dah minum pun habis je cawan kopi tu menguap juga. So actually I think dia memang nak kena, because people say that if kita nak make it a habit, kita nak kena buat 30 hari kan, at least kan consciously and then continuously kan. So yes.
So are you saying that those with bad migraine, it was due because of the coffee intake?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes. Because I had that last weekend and I actually fainted because of my migraine attack. So I think because I'm trying to cut down on my caffeine.
Correct. So basically dia memang a bit difficult lah, because I can say that we are actually a recovering addicts kan, caffeine addicts lah sebenarnya. So dia memang really difficult. Because yes, I pun dah dapat the migraine apa semua tu. So kalau satu hari tak minum, migraine. Even like a lot of my colleagues pun yang memang kaki kopi apa semua kan, sampai orang kena take Panadol apa semua. It's very difficult to actually cut down on the caffeine lah. Cuma sebenarnya yang menjadikan dia sihat sedikit is because kita minum the coffee tu without sugar. So at least kita manage to cut down on those sweet things apa semua kan. So a bit better, tapi memang still a long way to go lah untuk kurangkan minum kopi tu kan. So dia nak substitute dengan other drinks lah basically.
Thank you.
So banyak yang kita dah dapat information daripada Encik Najmuddin tadi. Jadinya terima kasihlah untuk explanation tu, dan sekarang kita semua dah tahu apa itu benefits of coffee towards our body. So I guess everyone will love coffee after this, I guess. So I will pass to Aiman.
Okay, thank you kepada semua moderator. Thank you juga kepada Encik Najmuddin sebab banyak sharing dengan kita semua ilmu-ilmu baru yang saya pun baru tahu. Hari ni saya baru tahu kopi tu macam ada tiga wave. Macam-macam jenis kopi. Lepas tu kita pun ada macam rungkaikan juga sedikit myth lah pasal workout sebelum workout tu kan. And then thank you yang banyak yang kita boleh belajar. Saya rasa audience pun hari ni banyak juga tahu, take note semua okay. Okay Cik Naj, kita boleh berehat sekejap lah. Kita boleh minum kopi dulu, tapi sabar belum habis lagi. Lepas ni kita akan sambung Q&A session.
Now we would like to open Q&A sessions to all participants. We welcome you any question you may have. Just simply open your microphone and camera.
Assalamualaikum Cik Najmuddin and so saya nak tanya, dekat tempat saya ada satu kedai yang mana dia buat kopi O, tapi dia menggunakan sudu yang tengah direndam dengan air garam. Dia kata kalau untuk berikan rasa lebih sedap dan berlemak lah. Jadi adakah cara tu sebenarnya sama dengan cara kita letak garam straight away dalam kopi tu? Terima kasih.
That's a very interesting question. So sebenarnya people have been putting salt in a lot of things lah kan, daripada segi makanan, minuman. Paling yang saya rasa biasa saya nampak ialah dia orang masukkan dekat dalam teh tarik sebenarnya. So yes, the saltiness tu memang akan memberikan sedikit rasa berlemak lah sebenarnya. Dia akan membantu just elevate the taste. So bagaimana cara kita campur the garam tu tak kisah. So nak letak dekat sudu tu sikit ke ataupun just mix directly masa kita brew the coffee ke, tu pun boleh lah basically. Tapi memang actually selain daripada garam pun yang slightly better, some of the people usually dia akan mix dengan condensed milk sikit. Condensed milk pun okay juga to give that rasa yang berlemak tu. Tapi sebenarnya even without kita campur garam pun, you can just use fresh milk. So when you go to the supermarket later on, kalau nak try the taste of the milk ni, so you can buy susu yang berbeza brand. So cara untuk rasa dia ialah kita kena rasa susu tu semasa dia sejuk, satu. And then when the next one is yang kedua, susu tu bila dia dah panas atau suam, berbeza. And then last but not least, bila susu tu dah dipanaskan dan dicampur dengan kopi. So daripada situ kita boleh pilih lah actually mana kopi, susu yang sesuai dengan kita punya kopi tu. So tapi yang paling sesuai is of course fresh milk lah sebenarnya. Hope that answers your question.
Okay, next one. Siapa lagi nak tanya?
One question there from Shaznur Janal tu. Can you suggest the most suitable type of coffee to consume while we are practicing calorie deficit? Black coffee ataupun ada satu nama dia ni is what we call bulletproof coffee. So bulletproof coffee ni ialah di mana black coffee dicampur dengan butter, you mix with butter and then you put a little bit of coconut oil. So it actually gives you energy sebenarnya, tapi you need to actually try and experiment because tak semua kopi yang ada di luar tu ataupun the recipe yang orang lain pakai untuk workout ke apa semua tu, it might not be suitable for you. Because this recipe comes from Mak Saleh apa semua kan. So sometimes Mak Saleh ni just crazy outright. So dia orang suka campur semua benda sebenarnya kan. So ada setengah benda yang kita boleh follow, tapi ultimately memang nak kena try and error. So yang penting, if you are planning on getting healthy and then getting fit, so just nak kena follow diet apa semua, tapi yang paling penting sebenarnya kena consult a proper doctor or a proper dietitian lah sebenarnya. Macam for me, I can suggest, tapi my suggestion tu you tak boleh follow bulat-bulat juga lah kan. So takut nanti something wrong, nanti salahkan saya pula. So basically memang nak kena tanya seseorang yang memang betul-betul pakar and certified. So daripada situ baru kita boleh dapatkan kepastian lah dan the correct answer.
So when you mention coconut oil tu, coconut oil biasa atau the virgin coconut oil?
Kan, yang biasa boleh, the virgin coconut oil pun boleh.
The biasa one is the one we use for cooking.
Boleh juga. Yep. Tapi normally orang akan campur yang virgin coconut oil tu lah basically.
Right. Okay,
the
thank
taste
you.
is different.
Okay. So ada question lagi tak?
Cik Najmuddin, saya nak tanya. Tadi Cik Najmuddin cakap ada setengah orang dia letak butter and garam untuk enhance the flavour. Tapi ada juga orang letak telur oatmeal. Kenapa dia letak?
Yes, betul. So telur putih, and then I think egg white, some of them pun ada kuning telur, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, yes, I think like different countries have different culture. So according to diorang punya culture ni lah, itulah cara diorang minum diorang punya kopi tu. So macam kita punya culture is because kita kopi yang dimasak menggunakan margarin dengan gula. So that is making kita punya kopi interesting basically. So yang lain-lain tu sebenarnya I think is because of the energy, and then selain daripada memberikan tenaga sama juga, they want that like full fat punya taste inside orang punya coffee. So ada banyak sebenarnya, like they campur cinnamon lah banyak kan. So
I'm used to cinnamon. I like cinnamon.
Tak semua, maybe ada yang suka minum dengan benda-benda yang dicampur macam telur apa semua tu kan, tapi ultimately macam saya cakap tadi lah, memang nak kena try and error. So maybe it's okay for you, maybe it's not okay for you, so kena try juga. But
saya pernah cuba bunga cengkeh.
All the herbs yang tu okay lah, macam jadi similar macam chai tea juga kan. Tapi macam telur tu pun I would not taste it sebenarnya. Kalau macam for me, even if you taste coffee tu pun it's already good as is. So biasanya yang dicampur-campur ni apa semua just to mask the bad lah basically. So that is only my opinion lah.
Okay.
Ya, satu ada last.
Ada lagi satu nak tanya.
Tanya boleh. RM1 nak tanya.
Boleh buka mikrofon nak tanya.
Saya Mahfuzah. Saya nak tanya, saya nak dapatkan sijil barista tu. So macam mana proses the payment? Dekat kawasan mana boleh boleh dapatkan dia punya ujian tu semua?
Details. Okay. Dekat dalam dunia sekarang ni, sebelum ni kita ada 2 coffee association. Satu America punya coffee association, satu lagi is dekat UK lah. So now diorang dah combine under one roof, nama dia SCA, so Specialty Coffee Association. So Specialty Coffee Association ni lah yang memberikan sijil tadi tu. So dia terbahagi kepada 4 if I'm not mistaken. So dia ada barista courses, dia ada roastingnya class, and then dia ada sensory classes. So in Malaysia, I think we have quite a number of SCA certified trainers yang boleh bagi sijil tadi tu lah. So tapi dia punya certification ni dia terbahagi kepada 3 bahagian. So dia ada beginner, intermediate and professional. So kalau betul-betul nak pursue a career in coffee, so this SCA punya certification ni sesuai untuk diambil lah, because kebanyakan courses SCA ni yang di bawah SCA ni mereka mengambil masa 2 hari biasanya. So 1 hari akan belajar all the theory apa semua. So the next day akan ada examination lah. If I'm not mistaken, the cost for each of the level, beginner, intermediate apa semua tu, roughly akan the beginner would be around 1.2k macam tu. Intermediate I think is around 1.8 or almost 2k plus. Professional is of course slightly higher lah, because I think the higher dia punya grade tu memang lagi mahal sikit. So once you dah complete all the 3 level tu, dia 3 level dia dah bagi sijil. Maknanya beginner pun dah boleh dapat sijil kalau lulus the exam, and so on lah basically. So kalau nak betul-betul pursue lagi, boleh ambil all the 4 categories dari tu. So barista course, roasting course, sensory course, and then like brewing course. So ambil keempat-empat, habiskan all the 3 levels of the 4 courses dari tu. So you will also become a certified SCA trainer. So you pun boleh keluarkan sijil sebenarnya. So tapi tu kalau ada modal lah. Kalau just nak buat satu course barista tadi tu pun dah okay juga sebenarnya. Dia just orang kalau dekat, I think only in our country yang kita actually quite concerned dengan okay, ada tak certificate, ada tak sijil apa semua kan. Macam for me pun I cuma ada barista tadi tu lah, intermediate je the sijil, because it's actually quite a lot of modal nak pakai kan. So I just based on my working experience je lah, and then daripada situ I banyak belajar sendiri je, because there's a lot of actually resources yang berada online lah yang kita boleh study dan check kan. Cuma untuk dapatkan lebih pemahaman, kalau nak lebih tahu lagi pasal coffee apa ni semua, I would suggest maybe you guys boleh mula dengan bekerja secara part time lah. So ataupun boleh part time dekat coffee shop apa semua kan. So dari situ dah belajar lah a little bit of basic knowledge. So you can check dia punya website sca.com. So daripada situ, daripada sca.com tu you can choose your region. Dia ada macam Asian region, Europe region. So bila you choose Asian region tu, nanti boleh choose kita punya country, Malaysia. So daripada situ dia akan list down kan siapakah certified trainer yang SCA ada dekat dalam Malaysia. So daripada situ boleh hubungi diorang lah. But one of the company yang I tahu ialah Kotel Coffee, and then lagi satu is Dancoff. So these two yang I tahu. So you can check dekat Google. So about Kotel Coffee and also Dancoff ni, diorang provide the SCA certified punya course lah. Kalau macam for me, I can provide sijil, tapi cuma sijil participation je lah sebenarnya. Because I masih belum certified to give a proper SCA course kan. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yes. Okay, due to limited time, I need to end our Q&A sessions. So for those yang ada apa-apa soalan, boleh follow Encik Nazmi punya Instagram, Aku Suka Kopi, atau lawat dia punya kedai dekat section 13 Shah Alam. So thank you to all participants. We hope that your all question had been answered accordingly.
So kita boleh teruskanlah dengan sharing session nak buat coffee.
So today we have semua kita ada lah kat sini. Kita ada espresso based coffee, and then we have also manual brewing. So manual brewing tu we use like this type of equipment apa semua. So kalau yang mana-mana lah betul-betul suka kopi, you can try and come lah. So I will just be making a cappuccino. So normally dekat my cafe ni kita is very different from Starbucks lah basically. So Starbucks sebenarnya membantu create the coffee culture because diorang lah kalau ada satu tempat tu Starbucks dah buka, insyaAllah like the people around the area mesti dah tahu pasal coffee. Cuma macam for me over here, I use the recipe from Australia lah. So macam cappuccino, latte apa semua tu, the original punya recipe. Like macchiato apa, dekat Starbucks ada caramel macchiato. So dekat sini actually tak ada lah. Just use the real definition. So dekat sini kita punya coffee, we always try to rotate because when I rotate the coffee offering, so that is actually when I boleh ajar my customer lah sebenarnya. So bila I cerita dekat dia, okay, hari ni for today kita pakai coffee daripada Colombia. So daripada situ bila dia kata Colombia, and I can explain to them Colombia tu rasa macam mana apa semua. So it's part of my education kan, just to teach the customer. Okay, just a simple thing. Normally when we are making coffee, atau one of you yang memang dah pernah atau nak start buat kopi, so kita akan sentiasa bercakap tentang ratio. So for today, the ratio of coffee I will use around 20 gram. So dia punya ratio tu lah yang menentukan dia punya strength of the coffee basically. So bila I pakai 20 gram, the espresso is going to be 40 gram. So I just kali 2. So that means it is a double shot actually. Okay, so this machine yang I ada ni is what we call of course an espresso machine, tapi dia lebih kepada manual sebab I nak kena operate dia. The switching on and off is I need to do myself. And even for me pun I will use slightly less fat sebab UHT dia panaskan dulu dia susu, lepas tu baru dia masuk dalam kotak lah, baru dia fat. So bila dia panaskan tu, some of the fat content tu memang dah akan reduce lah basically. So I suka pakai because then I can taste the coffee punya bitterness tu a bit more. Kalau kita pakai fresh milk, to me dia terlalu manis sebab kandungan lemak dia lebih tinggi. So kalau nak kena cari susu yang less fat lah sebenarnya. Okay, so now we are brewing the coffee. So nanti kalau ada kesempatan can come and see face to face lah, lagi seronok kan. Okay, so after getting the espresso, now I will steam the susu. So ramai orang tanya kenapa kena steamkan susu ni. So the main reason is actually it's a bit scientific, because kalau kita tak steamkan the susu, then the fat will not be broken down into glucose, into sugar. So kalau kita just tuang je susu sejuk ni, the texture, the sweetness is also different lah basically.
So how do you steam the milk?
So usually kita steamkan the susu bergantung kepada minuman apa yang kita nak buat. So we have cappuccino, we have flat white, we have latte. So in essence, for a cappuccino, yang terpaling banyak weight foam dia sebenarnya. So beside from that, usually cappuccino dengan flat white, dia serve dalam cawan yang lebih kecil, because by definition latte in a tall glass, because latte lebih banyak amount susu dia berbanding cappuccino and flat white. So we steam the milk based on the beverage that we are making lah basically. And then the ideal temperature ialah 65 degree, tapi I do a maximum of 75, because bila I buat tinggi sikit, dan bila I sampai dekat customer, the temperature would be just nice lah sebenarnya. So now I'm making the coffee. So for me, my latte art still biasa-biasa, because I tak practice sangat. So today I'm just doing a tulip sebenarnya. I'm just going to show you guys just a simple one. Hopefully you guys are able to see. This is what we call a tulip lah sebenarnya. Sekejap nampak tak?
Nampak.
Okay.
Okay,
so
take picture. Nice. Got it.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, so basically cappuccino normally dalam cawan ni lah. Ni is 180 ml punya cawan. So that is my thank you for having me today lah sebenarnya kan.
Thank you so much.
Very happy to share with you guys. So kalau ada apa-apa soalan,
Is your cafe open? Your cafe is open.
Yes, we are open every day kecuali Isnin. So Isnin kita orang cuti, cuma sekarang kita dah more like office hour lah. So saya buka pukul 10 pagi sampai 5 petang.
Thank you.
Okay guys, before we end our talk for today, I would like to invite
sharing dengan budak-budak UiTM.
Our advisor for Aizul Ahsan to give her speech.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alright, actually the student asked me to give an opening speech, but I didn't want to kacau the whole flow of the thing. So I just want to say a very big thank you to our guest speaker for your very banyak so many things you shared with us. Yeah, I as a coffee lover pun macam banyak lagi terkejut about some of the things that you actually shared. And I'm sure this is really an eye-opener for many of the participants, because I think most of them actually, in fact you're right, many of us memang interested to learn about coffee, tapi we cannot find where it is, especially the fact that Malaysia is not really a coffee producer kan, kalau compare dengan Indonesia or some other Brazil and all that. So where the resources are much easier to find. Jadi bila kita tak ada the raw spices, things tends to become more expensive, right? Jadi I think that's the reason why the limited choices that we have or options that we have in order to learn more about coffee. But I think from here on, I think we would really love to support our local businesses. Definitely, I will be there very soon. Just wait up for me. And everyone else, kepada semua participant, thank you. I think diorang sangat berminat because they stayed on until the end ni. Daripada awal kan saya tengok around 80, sekarang pun masih 80. Jadi you really,
maybe because of the hair kot.
maybe because of your red hair, betul So ramai yang dah PM saya ni, PM tepi tanya, Madam macam mana nak panggil Cik Najmuddin tu? Madam, jadi saya kata kena bayar lah 1 minit Cik Najmuddin RM2. Right, so thank you again Encik Najmuddin for this sharing session, and thank you for doing this for the student. I know you sacrificed a lot of time, you came in for the meeting and all that, and to all participants, terima kasih sekali lagi, and my biggest congratulations to my host, my host. Okay, and I have to say it has been really great, a very successful one. They managed to overcome their fears and they managed to ask very good and quality questions today. So to Encik Najmuddin, maybe a few words before we end the session.
So alright, so thank you Puan for the kind feedback and everything. So basically, I would like to thank the committee members, of course, for inviting me to share my experiences and to answer all those interesting questions that you do. So basically, I hope some of it akan clarify what yang dah bermain di fikiran you guys sebelum ni, for coffee ke apa ke. But basically, I wish you guys all the best. Hopefully, Puan akan bagi markah yang baik untuk talk ni.
Ini diorang bayar you Diorang bayar you
So we all a very good effort, because I also understand lah, because it's very nerve-wracking, and then sebab ni pun first buat Zoom talk Zoom punya style kan, so it's very interesting. Things are actually changing. So thank you for having me today, and then good luck to all of you. Kalau yang ada plan untuk buat business ke apa ke selepas graduate ni, so all the best. Make sure plan everything, and then ultimately I would have to say that just don't be afraid to make mistakes, as long as you guys learn from those mistakes, and then just all the best. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you.
Thank you Puan Azim for the lovely speech. And to mention, I would like to thank Encik Najmuddin for his time and sharing today. We have come to an end of our sharing session. We would like to thank all of you that have participated and stayed from the beginning until the end of talk today. We would like to apologize for any inconvenience. The best come from us and the goods come from Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Before we end, I would like to ask all of you to stay for a while to join our photography session. Thank you for the time you are willing to spend together with us. May Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala bless all of us. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. So this is the end. Assalamualaikum semua.
Bye.